Hi, I'm Pete Mann. We farm at Great Dunstone Farm here in Widdicombe. We've been here for 5 generations. I farm here alongside my family. We use the commons surrounding us, so we're commoners as well as in-by farmers. And we keep cattle, sheep and ponies here. We keep some traditional white-faced Dartmoor sheep that have been here forever. My grandfather was one of the founders of the society. Scotch Blackface is on the hill, and Romtex commercial ewes in-by flock. And then cattle, we would keep South Devon Cross, Angus or South Devon Galloway cattle. I'm also a director of Dartmoor Farmers, and now I work with the other directors to try and grow Dartmoor Farmers and the work that we do to get. We've now grown to 100 members, 100 different farms who work collaboratively, and it's about pushing our cattle, sheep, and our product that we produce. I got into Dartmoor Farmers when we took on the Morrison's contract, and we needed somebody to help procure all the lambs for that contract. It meant supplying between 400 and 500 lambs a week to Morrison's, and that was a real success. It ran for 6 years, 5 or 6 years, and over that time we supplied tens of thousands of lambs to Morrison's, which really kind of showed what we can do on Dartmoor and the volumes we produce and the quality as well that we produce. Since then, that has now unfortunately come to an end, and I'm working with Dartmoor Farmers in the procurement of cattle and sheep alongside some of the other guys in a smaller scale, and I'm also looking to move forward into new projects, what we can do about input costs as well. And working collaboratively is got to be the key going forward, and so that's one of the reasons I've kind of got on board, is that I believe that working together collaboratively has got to be the future for Dartmoor in this uncertain time that we're faced with. So we're working with Goosemore to promote our beef and lamb. They are doing a really good job at marketing our product, and they've launched a thing called Educatoring, which has been a game changer for them and for Dartmoor farmers. It means that we can supply schools with really good quality beef and lamb, and so it goes into their weekly school meals, and it's really nice to see that grow, and that continues to grow. We're now working with 21 different trusts. So within that, there's a number of different schools. And through that, it led us to farm visits and getting kids out on farm to really understand, learn what we do here on the uplands. And I think that's really important for the future, to really educate the next generation. And so we've had a couple farm visits here, well, 4 farm visits here now last year, and we've just done another 2 with another local school, and they get a real they get a lot out of it. So we had them weighing lambs, and we took them down and did a nature walk, showed them all the different biodiversity that we have here on the farm, and how farmers are part of the solution in the environment and creating biodiversity, improving what we've already got, which is amazing. We've got an amazing amount of biodiversity already here on Dartmoor, and it's about celebrating that. And so it's really nice to see the kids learning that and understanding what we do. And also they're of course interested in animals, so we were doing some work with cattle and sheep, and we showed them the ponies, and they got a lot out of that. So we're heading into the autumn months now. We're in November, so we're right in the middle of autumn, and that means a whole new season for us. So we're looking towards the next season and starting the cycle again. We've just put the rams in, and they're with the ewes now, so they'll be lambing from the middle of March onwards. And it's kind of a good time of year to reset, sort your ewes out, start again, get the rams in, and we go around and start the cycle all over again. Cows will start to come in off the hill now. We've gathered some of our cows. We've had a TB test just last week, and so they're in, and they'll start to come into the sheds as the weather changes really now. And we've been calving our autumn calvers, so we're getting through the autumn calving cows now as well. It's been a nice autumn actually, although it's just got cold this week as we stood here. It's going to be a cold week, I think, but it's been a nice autumn. We've had a grassy autumn after a really dry summer. The summer's been a huge challenge to us. We've been struggling for grass all summer, especially on the lower parts of the farm, and the autumn flush has kind of helped us get through this autumn. As a young farmer on the uplands, we're always looking for the next generation really, and where farming and the industry is heading. And just over the last 5 to 6 years, it's been really uncertain times. We haven't had any clarity from government on what direction we're being pulled in and what schemes are going to be available to us. And that's been a real challenge. And so we're looking forward now to try and get some direction and find out which direction we are going to be heading in. The environment is inevitably a big part of that. I think on Dartmoor, we've already worked with the environment for generations, and so there's only so much more that we can do that our forebears haven't already done. But it's about celebrating what we do and how we've all done it for so long and the heritage behind that. And the Commons is a great example of what can be achieved, and actually in the last few years what hasn't been achieved through undergrazing and scrub becoming abundant on our commons, the public having less access. And so these are things that I'm looking for, going forward, I think we really need to address. Going forward, Dartmoor Farmers is looking to grow our membership, grow the business. We're selling cattle and sheep, and that's working really well. Different outlets for that's always positive. But also we need to be looking at our input costs. And we all know how our input costs have gone up since COVID. It's almost unrecognisable. And so collaboratively, it'd be really nice to drive them input costs down. We've just launched the Dartmoor Farmers Health Club. It's going to be really positive, a way of sharing ideas, knowledge, and also helping our vet med bills. And there's other ideas in the pipeline as well, like I say, to help with our input costs as well. So we can help on both ends of the spectrum, not just what we sell, but what we're sourcing things for as well. So Dartmoor Farmers ultimately is about working together collaboratively to benefit Dartmoor and this beautiful landscape and protect it, improve on it for the next generation.